It's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
Gentlemen, welcome to the Duke of Novgorod playthrough as we newly start with Jarl Rurik, Troublemaker of Holmgaror. Now, if my pronunciation there is abysmal, I apologise in advance. I hope you're all doing well though, and excited to start this new series. What we will try and do is form the Kingdom of Novgorod, and then maybe even eventually the Empire of Russia. Because I've not really fought within the eastern bloc of the map, so I thought it would be nice to do a little playthrough here. And Rurik is an interesting character. He starts off with some very nice traits actually, so we'll try and make the most of him whilst we've got him. So we need to sort out the council a little bit, I think. First things first, let's pop you in there. Marshal-wise, let's pop you in there. He's not particularly good, this chap, but he does have some bits and pieces. I don't need my son in as anything, but he's an okay steward, so we'll keep him as the steward. Meanwhile, my priestess, what could she do? Sorry, my wife rather, what could she do for us? She could do some research. She's got some good patronage. Let's get her on that. Ooh, but that does take me over the domain limit, interestingly enough. Well, we'll be alright, we'll be alright. Let's try and sway you whilst we can. First things first, I want to take Vodi because it seems cheap and cheerful to just conquer. So let's raise the local army, get set to go, and let's begin. I hope you would all like to see more of the series though, and if you would, do leave a like and comment so that I know you'd like to see more. Subscribing to the channel will also help us continue to grow and be very much appreciated. So we're going to engage in our first battle here with Jarl Rurik, who is a little bit of a beast, so I'm sure he'll do fairly well here and hopefully take minimal losses. Now the one thing that we don't have actually is any siege equipment, so the first men-at-arms that I want to build would be siege equipment, but I can't, unfortunately. Now what's our culture? We're Norse, and Asatru is our religion, or is that our culture? I always forget. That's the faith, yes, that's correct. So it looks like prestige is what we're going to be using as currency. So we want to try and make sure that our prestige buildings are going to be up to snuff. So I think first things first, let's invest in those gathering halls straight off the bat. Maybe even do one more. What's getting me the most? Don't mind losing the money, more concerned about losing everything else. Lukey's not really making me much. I think we grant Lukey to someone else so that I'm not suffering from the penalty here. And what we can do is build up those gathering halls here as well in Rusa. Oh, they've actually engaged us in another battle. Now we did capture someone, but can we ransom them? We can for 10 gold, so let's get that gold because that'll help us in the start. That gets us Nyan, which again I probably don't need. I could just give that to my son for now. At least then he can occupy it for us. Who wants a position then? You do. Yeah, not particularly good, so I'm not going to give you one. Let's set about perhaps having a hunt to try and get our prestige up a little bit. Then we need to look at where we want to expand next. Ooh, just as my vassal Chieftain Sverker and I crest a hill, we hear it, the snapping of twigs. The rustle of branches, birds screaming in fright. They are heralds announcing its arrival. A massive hart heading straight for us. So I might get wounded here, but we got the best outcome, which is great stuff. Let's hope we don't mess up on this one either. Damn it. We messed up on that one. That's okay though, we gained a bit more prestige. Let's also have a feast. Ooh, that's a good bit of piety. Can I execute for more piety? Yeah. But all my guests would lose opinion, so maybe not. We need to keep the guests in a good realm. So Minsk to our south. Ooh, they've already got several allies, one of which... Oh, is not you. Okay, so we could go for you. Would not be a bad shout. I also am kind of tempted to go for Estonia, because they always seem to become a bit of a pain later on. I could take one of their duchies, Narva. It would be fairly cheap, so I think we'll do that. The army will have to be led by someone else, but that's okay. Every guest gains opinion. You don't particularly have that many troops. I don't think you're my most powerful vassal. But I guess we do need to keep you in favour of us. At the moment there are no factions against us, so that's good. I don't know what the succession is. It's just Confederate partition. Okay, that's good. At least it's not elective, which is what the Swedes have. Everyone gains opinion of us. We got some nice little prestige boosts there. There is a bit of a peasant rabble, but doesn't look to be anything too drastic. How are we for culture? Ooh. Culture seems a bit of a mess. Ooh. So the entirety of our lands seem to be not of our culture, nor of our faith. So we have got quite a bit of work to do there. There would be potential that we could embrace the local traditions. Let me know in the comments if you think we should do that, or should we stick with the Norse? I guess we could make ourselves a sort of Russian king, but we do come from that Norse background, so we would lose that if we weren't to continue. Our wife's pretty good. She's strong and she's intelligent. It's a shame. It's a shame the sun didn't pick that up for us, but nevertheless, Jarl Bjorn won't give us an alliance, unfortunately. Let's hope for some well-provisioned armies. Good, good. 50 gold or well-provisioned. I think we'll take the 50 gold, actually. We can also pick up Peacemaker. The Estonian army has landed in our holdings, but I don't think they're going to be getting up to too much. It's going to take them a long, long time to siege us. And if anything, I can send an army to go and deal with them. Preferably with better commander than that. Chieftain can siege Narva by himself quite happily. We took his chiefess. We're at 48%, and we're going to pick on his army now. So by all accounts, we should be fine. I've married you off to a bit of a nobody, but she has got some very nice traits. So that's more what I was hoping for from that. And let's get Narva. I think we'll give Narva to my son as well. Just because. Keeps it in the family. Keeps us local. And that can all be disbanded now. So we are already spreading quite nicely. We've got a couple of buildings going on. Where's good to go next? Do we want to go north, or do we want to leave Scandinavia to itself? Maybe... Who's your ally? You are not allied, but I do not have high enough... What? I don't have high enough fame, so I need more prestige. That is fair. I could also gain more piety. Let's go to Jorvik. Spend a little bit of our cash. We might even be able to get the pious trait here. Only a peasant rabble sort of opposes us at the moment. I think it would be good for us to get... Oh, Huskarls are so good. Let's be a dedicated pilgrim. Monthly piety plus 10%, that's pretty insane. What's the ongoing maintenance? It's 1. Bloody hell. 0.3 for unraised. That is a lot. I think maybe we stick with some... Ah, so they're... Oh, they're cheap, they're cheap. I don't particularly want dread. That might stand us in good stead, considering that we've not got a great deal of people that actually like us within our own lands, which might present us with a problem at some stage. We did pick up Pilgrim as well, so we are considered faithful, which is good. Do we go to war with you and pick up that? Do we go to war with you and pick you up? Are you de jure going to be part? No, okay. So you're going to be your own little thing. So I think we declare war, pick you up now. We want to try and grab as much land as we can at the start, because we are favourably stronger than anyone else, so as much of a land grab as we can would be good. And we might... What do we need to form the empire? Or the kingdom? We can actually form it now, which would not be a bad gig. I think we do that after this war then. So she's quite happy with me. What if I swayed your father into liking me a little better in order for him to give us an alliance? Because he's got the Duchy of Uppland, which is like the main duchy for Sweden. Once Sweden eventually forms, if it ever will form. Right, we should win here. We've got more men at arms as well, so this should be a nice, simple, easy victory for us. Do we already have a unit of Huskarls? We do. Nice. I think we might even have 2 there for free, which is fantastic. I imagine this siege is going to take quite some time. I can execute you, and I gain some dread and some piety, so that's fine by me. Let's speed that up a little bit. What are we even researching at the moment? Oh god, we have to research whatever bloody Jarl Upland wants to research. Alright, that's not too helpful for us, but I think that's kind of... it is what it is. We will just have to deal with it. Looks like he wants to come in and try and prevent us from our siege. Good luck to you. Picked up someone else. Again, I think we'll execute them for that piety. We're already a devoted servant, so our piety is pretty strong now. This war will have taken us to the age of 40, so it's been 9 years. We've picked up 2 counties. This is slow. This is slower progress, unfortunately. You're still not going to give me that alliance. But we can finally pick up Gallant. Now that might give you more cause for this. Apparently not. Fine. So this is actually a duchy capital. For now, I think we'll hold it. What I want to do is create this. It's going to be all of our money. Is it worth spending all of the money? Yeah. Spend all the money. We've now become a king. That upgrades us to distinguished at least. So we can now go for duchies, which would be quite nice. And we had a daughter as well. So we might be able to get an alliance out of her. And she's got the intelligent trait. So props to her. Let's get her educated by someone going to be good. Maybe my wife, yep. Any chance of a good alliance with someone through matrilineal marriage? Yes. This is a great match. Now, where are you based? You're based down there. Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. So the Kingdom of Novgorod is now finally established. People are looking fairly happy with us, which is good. We could feasibly go to war with some places now for duchy titles rather than anything else. For example, oh, what? Can I not do it over here? Really? You need illustrious? Damn. I would suggest that you don't raid me. I will kill you. Sooner than you'd think. Right, I don't think we're going to get raided anymore by them. As they realise we mean business. Let's see them off our lands, thank you. Good day to you. Oh, she's pregnant yet again. I think we go for... oh, we could go for a subjugation here. He would become our vassal. So he would become the... well, actually, he's not even that high a vassal. This is all of our prestige, though. And does this land come under... no, it doesn't come under the Empire of Russia, but it... sorry, the Kingdom of Russia, but it does come under the Empire, so we could feasibly go for it, to be fair. Go on, let's try it. Form up. We are losing a little bit gold. We are low on the currency now. So I am a little bit conscious of that. Where's your capital? It's over there. We're still making prestige though, which is good. It's just a little bit of cash that we are slightly under. I can call upon you, but that would cost me far too much in the way of prestige. Vassal-wise, let's sway you. In fact, no. Let's romance my wife. Go on, let's fight for her. She might like that. Go and take his capital. We're now allied with Jarl Ironside, who's in charge of the culture, so that might be to our favour. Oh, I got bloody peasant rebellion on my hands now. Let's separate the army. You need to go there, and we need to get someone to siege here. And we've had another daughter. Okay, that's good. We've picked up some longhouses. Looks like my troops are pretty quick under the king. Alright, go deal with the peasant rebellion if you would. We also picked up an enemy leader there, so that's a nice 50 gold, which we need really to keep afloat. So that was a good pickup. Nice. Let's enforce this and get them in. That's a good bit of land for us. Excellent. So now we can just deal with this rebellion. After we swayed my wife, we'll try and sway that vassal. Just to try and get him to like us that little bit more. That's perfect. Yeah, we needed that. Serve the crown would be nice. But that is pretty potent, so we might just get that for strategist and then go down the overseer line. Because those cheaper wars would be pretty handy. So meanwhile, here's been upgraded. Markets we could construct. I think we want to try and have a little bit more in the way of prestige though, so let's send you off here. Let's have our hunt, which is quite expensive now. It was only 33 for the first one. I guess because we're now a kingdom, its prices have stacked up. Let's just take the extra prestige, I think. Go ahead and romance her, please. And she becomes my soulmate, and we get a big old stack of prestige, which is great. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. The peasant rebellion is dealt with. So the kingdom is looking pretty good. The kingdom is looking pretty good. We've got some half-decent allies. Jarl of Upland. And also High Chieftain Dyer the Stranger down south a little bit. Minsk is allied to one of my vassals, so we could pick on Minsk a little bit. I still need to get to Illustrious, and then we can actually get a duchy. But I don't think that's too far away. In the meantime, though, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the first episode of the Duchy of Novgorod. King Rurik has formed his kingdom. The world seems fairly messy at the moment. Lots of individual places. I mean, there are some kingdoms within Europe, but nothing that seems to have emerged. We seem to be doing fairly well. If you'd like to see more of the Novgorod playthrough, then please do leave a like, subscribe, comment, all those good things. Thank you all very much for your support, and I will see you all in the next episode.
And